Greetings, Peacekeepers, and welcome back to another episode of Starfleet Command, Orion Pirates Plus Mod. I am Admiral Tirak of the carrier Purview, along with a brand new X-ship heavy battlecruiser, the Environment. Yes, we are continuing the campaign, the war of pacification against the Orion Confederation, and things could not be going better. That's not true at all. In fact, last episode we lost the Injunction. The warship that got us, well, basically to here, has finally fallen in fiery death. An R-type plasma torpedo soared in and shattered the ship, detonating its warp core, or whatever they use, and sent the ashes of the ship flying throughout space. But we did get revenge with our fighters, and were able to afford the brand new heavy battlecruiser Environment, which is an XCA, and we all know how good those ships can be. Although I'm not 100% sold on, ISC X ships, because, well, they don't really get any, super amazing, game-changing heavy weapons, although they do get access to G-type phasers. Anyway, I think we're all topped off. Just checking over here. Our fighters are good. So let's get right back into this fight and continue annihilating the Orion Confederation. We're going to do a little bit of work over in this Federation tile, just sort of push them back a bit. It's kind of in the way for us trying to get to the Gorn, so let's rock and roll. Red alert. Increase speed, and pop out one of these. And the session is over. The Federation fled. They so much as saw us and were like, wait, no, we can't fight that. And they left. 0 prestige gained, 0 prestige lost. Apparently it was a defeat, even though we were the only ones here. Okay, interesting. Pop down here. We're going to try and secure some more space and territory. And the patrol is going to send us up against Gorn ships. Okay. Red alert. Increase speed and proper Wild Weasel. Unless they disappear on this one too. Nope. This mission is good. It's going to set off, and we're going to rock and roll. Here is the Environment. It is quite the small ship. I mean, we are a Dreadnought class technically, but still, that's interesting. I don't really know what to make of it. Partly because I can't really see it all that well since we're in another ship. But as you can see, he's got 4 PPDs that he brings to this battle. He also brings an additional 9 X-type phasers, 2 heavy phaser A's, 2 heavy phaser B's, a D-type plasma torpedo, as well as 2 S-type torpedoes, and a pair of G-type Gatling phasers. Enemy Dreadnought, enemy heavy cruiser. So it looks like this could be an even fight. Not great. We don't like even fights. We would much prefer to just win. Probe away. Demo what you got. Let's get over here to reinforce that forward shield. Something we haven't had to do in a while because the computer had done it for us. But we don't have to swap ships anymore. Let's take a look. Take a look at you. And you are single R2Fs. You're like a legitimate Dreadnought here. Okay, so you're 2 R-type torpedoes, 3 F-type, and an entire complement of Phaser X's. I'm sorry, I seem to have lost my thought for a moment there. We're not being escorted or supported by anything, and we just bought this ship. I would like to keep it intact. He does not, however, have any sort of point defense system, so this should be effective. Let's get them out of the bays, sort of spinning around and ready to go. Let's also get another Wild Weasel prepped and ready, because we're definitely going to need it. With any luck, these won't be a PF ship, but I'm not going to hold too much faith and hope in that. Pseudo-fighters have become very, very popular these days. Although our fighters are quite effective. And they have spread out. Alright, fighters, let's get in there.
We are going in.
Point defense system. Up, there's the PFs. Point defense systems to off. We don't want them. Wow. He can put out a lot of beams into his forward arc. PPDs are selected. We're going to punch out to port. I know that may seem a little bit difficult, but we've got 3 fighter wings on the starboard, so we might be trying to cause some interesting damage. Oh, he's going to bomb one of them, but he dropped it too close. Come on, G-type torpedoes, fire! Or not G-type torpedoes. Yes, G-type torpedoes! Nice shots, got a lot of damage in through there. He is really hurting. All up and select, fire, and come to port. He decided to bail, pretty much. Our Wild Weasel's ready to rock. So let's get to work on these guys. Well, actually, if our phasers are in range. They are not, but we do have a plasma torpedo. Come on, do him in. It didn't quite do him in. Okay. That did him in. These PFs are, however, controlled by the guitar. Wow. Our fighters are really getting work done out here. I do have flanking phasers, which should be able to get involved any moment now. Now the fighters got to it first. How many fighters do we got left? I don't think all that many. Yeah, we lost most of them. So, guys, pull it back in. Let's go fight this battle as big gun ships do. You know, in our carrier with only a single big gun. Get on board, get on board. Come on, come on, get on board. Folks, I want you back on board so we can rearm repair. PPD, opening fire. All weapon select, right down his throat, getting some good shots in. Side plasma coming in from him. Fighters, I think I gave you an order to return, right? Oh, I must have hit defend me. So both fighters are back in the bay, and we managed to pretty handily wipe them out. The carrier proving to be astonishingly strong in this. Although we are going to have to spend a lot of cash in order to replace those fighters. 288, which is more than what we made. So, yeah, not really cost effective right there. Supply. Averment didn't take any damage. Excellent. Ugh. 288. That's... We can't maintain that. That won't end well for us if we have to keep doing that. The Averment had to spend one of those. Miscellaneous, he's still gun on. Alright, back out into the fight. We really want to push them back. A surprise reversed, absolutely. Hex to the yeah. There's no reason not to ever take these. At least, not anymore. Heavy cruiser, light cruiser? Frigate, 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 frigate. 4 frigates, and a heavy cruiser. Let's get involved in the war. The environment is pretty cool. Although I wish I could actually, like, get into the X-ship. I don't want to switch over because the AI will mess things up, and not cool. Let's increase speed. Let's get in there as fast as we can. It doesn't matter if the PPDs aren't charged. The only point is to get in close with the fighters, because the fighters will do the job. It's not, like, super great, because, you know, the fighters that we have, the caveats, the reason why we have 3 squadrons of caveats is because each squadron carries 3 G-type phaser arrays. So, yeah, that's really strong, but that's also really short-ranged. So our fighters have to get in super close before they fire, and that leads to somewhat high attrition rates. They're super powerful. I mean, you just saw they gutted, absolutely gutted, a full-on dreadnought. Not like a ship like we are, where we're technically a dreadnought. No, this was like actual dreadnought class. But, yeah. Oh, he's firing from long range. Oh! It's the Lyran police force. How cute. Fighters. Actually, you know what? I don't want to. I don't want to risk my fighters on this sort of thing. So we're going to see how much damage we can cause before having to dump the fighters out. And the reason I'm going to risk this is because those fighters are absurdly expensive. It's 36 per fighter. It's 144 to rebuild an entire squadron. We don't want to have to spend that more than a couple of times. So if we have to do it every mission, that's not going to work. So we'll get in nice and close, we'll fire all our phasers and see how much damage we are able to pump out with it. He's got a G-type phaser array, but I don't know if that's like forward or rear firing. Okay, so multiple internals. We're going to dump a F-type plasma torpedo out the back because we have the I-torps. We're also going to go to squadron controls. You may break formation however you want. Okay, that works. So go kill whoever you want. Do it however you need to do it. Wow, that's actually pretty impressive. Not gonna lie. The fact that he has that much firepower at his beck and call is impressive. He is an X-ship though, so I suppose we shouldn't be too impressed. But I will be anyway. We'll close in, get in with the phaser 3s. That ought to be more than enough to take this guy. Let's get the range 1. Yep. Turn on this guy. Another police ship. A lot of police vessels in this force. We've noticed that when the Allies tend to get involved It generally is police ships that show up. I don't know what causes that. Because it's not really a great... Well, that was a waste of a PPD. Because it's not really like... Like, why would you be sending National Guard units out this far? Because the main one that I'm thinking of is last time in Season 2, when we were doing the Klingon campaign, we had a surprise reverse where the Federation got involved. But it was their Coast Guard vessels. And I couldn't quite figure out why. And now we see here, again, Lyran Coast Guard vessels, essentially. I wonder what causes the selection of vessels. This ought to do it. Yeah. That's the surprise reverse. We didn't even have to launch our fighters for that one. Sure, it took a little bit longer, but it was safer for the fighter pilots. Which, you know, that's, at the end of the day, is what's important to us. Because if we lose fighters, we have to spend 300, so we're back up sort of where we were before. And the Federation's been forced back. Missions. Planetary assault. Okay. I don't like doing planetary assaults without support. Will we get support from our Gorn allies? No. It's a dreadnought and a heavy cruiser. Okay, let's increase speed. Let's set up one of these. Let's also take a look at what kind of dreadnought you are. You are a DNX, so you're not going to be huge, and a CCX, which will be pretty impressive. But I don't think this planet has any defenses. Probes aren't quite ready yet, so we can't send one of those out that way. I think we can take this with proper fighter support. I think it's possible. And, hey, lo and behold, we do have proper fighter support. So look at the fighters out so they can prep their weapons and set everything up. Point defense to off. Yeah, okay, no, we can't. We're out of here. Everybody back. Okay, we are gone. No siree, Bob. Not getting involved in this one. That would be stupid. One dreadnought? Sure, we can take that. Two dreadnoughts? Not happening. It's just not happening. Like, maybe. Maybe we could do it. But we would get mauled doing it. And that's a CCX. It is not, and I'll grant that much, it's not an XCA. Which does kind of significantly restrict the amount of firepower that it's actually going to put out. But it's still scary enough that I wouldn't want to get involved with that. If we had Gorn support, absolutely. This is a fight we'd definitely get involved in. But we don't. So, one of the downsides of having a dreadnought is they like to throw dreadnoughts at you. And, well, we're actually technically a carrier. And there goes the Averament. No, you're not getting involved in this fight. But also give us a chance to look at the Averament. Kind of interesting. And we'll slow back down to normal people speed. So yeah, we're not getting involved in that. Not no way, not no how. It'd be nice if we could get involved in that, but too much. If we had a second dreadnought, maybe, but even then, plasma battles kind of boil down to who's got the most numbers. Because if you have the most numbers, you're definitely at an advantage. So we'll rock and roll on a convoy raid. Something light that we can get involved in. Something that we can do with relatively low risk. Red alert. Freighter. Is it really just 4 freighters so far? Okay, so we have gone from the stern chase position, the long stern chase position, which isn't great. And we do not see the enemy escort yet. So, we'll just set ourselves up on a nice little intercept course and prepare the fighters. We're probably not going to be going super fast. So, prep one of our wild weasels, and the fighters will launch momentarily. Yeah, not seeing the enemy. It's too bad we didn't deploy in the front position. That's my favorite one, because they're coming towards you. Fighters are out and defend me orders. And still no sign of the enemy. We're going to increase speed a little bit. I want to continue to charge the PPD, because it's an important and excellent weapon for us. But we can't charge it and go too fast, because these I-type torpedoes sap a ton of power. Because it's essentially like 6 F-type torpedoes that we can't fully use. We can't fully use them because it only allows us to use one from each mount for defending ourselves. Heavy cruiser, heavy cruisers. So 2 heavy cruisers. That's dangerous. I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. Oh, is there another one over there? Where's those heavy cruisers? 2 heavy cruisers. Yeah, so it's just the 2. So we will continue to prep another one. I kind of want to be a little bit conservative with my fighters, because if we're conservative with the fighters, we can bring them back and then send them back out, and they'll be at full strength. 61, 67, so it'll pass by him first. We'll get a probe out there, figure out what he's got, how much damage he's going to do to us. He's 2 F-type torpedoes, not a threat. That means he's a PF carrier. And this one's 2 R-type torpedoes. He is a threat. So let's get these guys deployed. Yeah, he's definitely a PF carrier. I think. I'm hoping. If he is, then this pass of fighters wiping him out will save us from having to fight the PFs. Okay, opening fire with pretty much everything. Let's join in. We're hoping to stun as much as possible. All weapons select. And I shouldn't take this on the nose, but I'm going to. Oh, it was fake. Fighters, are you... Don't tell me they went after the... I gave specific orders. Y'all saw me. I didn't say go after the PFs. I didn't say go after the freighters. I said go after this. Oh, this could kill us. This could very well kill us. This could definitely very well kill us. We've lost one of our shields. We're going to pull off, spread out the damage as much as we can. Continue a hard starboard turn. We got to drag this weakened side away. We'll get one of our plasma torpedoes out towards him. That'll blow a hole into him. That's good. Unfortunately, we've lost a PPD already. So something is wrong with the Viter code, and this is stupid. And this could very well cost me a ship. One of my big, expensive, heavy ships, too. Because if my fighters had gone through and attacked what I told them to, they would have absolutely obliterated that ship. We saw them obliterate a dreadnought. Who's tractoring? Okay. Any weapons? Another one down. Incoming plasma fire? No, we're good. Okay. So the Avent is still having a good time. We're going to pull through. Crap. We got to deal with this guy too. One Gorn freighter. Yay. It's not particularly useful to me because we have to worry about the escort. Seriously, the fighters, the fact that they didn't go after what we need them to go after, that's a problem. That's a major problem. I'm going to order you... If I tell you to break formation, are you going to sprint for them too? Focus on the XP. He is the more dangerous target. If the CMP wants to stay at range, fine. More power to him. We're spreading out damage. That's a bad thing to do. We got 3 of the freighters. And we should be prepping another Wild Weasel because we're probably going to need it. It is an R-type torpedo that is definitely worth absorbing with that. How long is that PPD going to take? Oh, forever. It is one of the most difficult weapons to repair in this game. It definitely seems like. Send a plasma torpedo your way. Discourage pursuit. Come on, keep turning, keep turning, keep turning. Keep turning, keep turning. Okay, we were able to keep it good enough that we were able to take it on the shield. Oh, we do not have much of a port side shield anymore. And we've lost our point defense systems. We're getting low on power, too. Things are not going well. Seriously, these fighter jacks have cost me a lot of pain. Another sensor decoy is ready. Let's keep working on another sensor decoy. Come on, give him a good... Wow, every single one missed from that range. That's not good. Okay, good. He had a decoy that he was able to work with. We're starting to pick up speed, which puts us in a good defensive position. We've accomplished the mission. Wonderful. He doesn't have much left. He's down to basically a couple of plasma torpedoes, and that's it. Fighters, return to me now. Ugh. The ship is a wreck. So, can I get my fighters to come home? Because I could really use them.
Returning now. Affirmative. Coming home.
So, the moment you tell fighters to attack on a convoy assault mission, they will go nuts. That was dangerous, and it didn't have to be. I'm very disappointed in my fighter commanders. They will definitely be getting a very stern talking to, because that was dangerous, and that could have ended a lot worse than it ended up being. We gotta limp back home. Supply 200 damage to the purview. 202. Not good. And a lot of spare parts spent. How many fighters did we lose? None. But still, that was not good. That was not good by any stretch of the imagination. Get up to 16. And now we gotta spend a lot of cash on restocking all the ships. Because those guys decided they were gonna go nuts. We're not making much ground on buying another ship. CMX is Advanced Technology Medium Cruiser. Basically just X-type phasers. It's outside of our budget by 2 anyway. Is there a destroyer? I don't really want to buy a destroyer. I would prefer another carrier or another full-on cruiser because that would make the most sense. That would give us the most additional firepower to play with. Destroyer leader, 2 G-type torpedoes, 2 I-type torpedoes. It does have phaser X's, which is kind of what we're looking for at this point. The amount of additional firepower you get for it is significant. CVA, a heavy carrier. We have a CVA Z, which is older. Ooh. So there is a partial advanced technology refit that we do not have that would basically give us 10 phaser X's instead of 10 phaser 1s. Would we get any additional power? We would get 4 additional engine power too. 12 additional battery power. Wow. That's a pretty significant upgrade. The advanced technology refit is really, really nice. Unfortunately, we can't afford it. It's pretty far outside of our price range. An NAX would be an advanced technology new heavy cruiser, 2 R-type torpedoes, only a single PPD. I really like the quad PPD that our XCA has. That's quite a bit of firepower that it's able to just dish out at any time that it wants. But yeah, a second heavy carrier would be pretty nice. But at the moment, there's really nothing inside of our price range. An NFF, a System Defense Force frigate, it's not even worth taking. I mean, it would be foolish of us to grab something like this, although it is a triple plasma boat. And we did say not all that long ago that a lot of this kind of depends on how many ships you bring to the fight. But in any event, that's definitely the end of an episode there. We did pretty well, although we're being a little bit stonewalled in progress purely because maintaining 4 fighter squadrons full of people while getting into dreadnought fights is a little bit difficult. But anyway, I've been Tarek. If you like what you've been seeing, hit that like button and subscribe. If you want to receive a notification every time I release a video, press that little bell icon next to the subscribe button. Yes, we are going to do that. And leave a comment. Anyway, I will see you all in the next episode.